So this is our lab for today. Start by putting your name and the date on the paper. We're going to go ahead and slide on down. We're going to start with the activities. The first thing it asks us to do is to label the protons, label the nucleus, which is the protons and the neutrons, and then label the electrons in the drawing of the carbon atom above. So this is the nucleus right here. And these guys are the electrons. So now, further down on the paper, it asks us to draw a line between the subatomic particle and its charge. A proton has a positive charge. An electron has a negative charge, and a neutron has no charge, or a neutral charge. So now moving on to number 3. Would the following subatomic particles attract each other or repel one another? So two protons have the same charge. Like charges repel. So two protons would repel each other. Two electrons both have a negative charge. Again, like charges repel. And then finally, a proton and an electron. Proton is positive, electron is negative. Unlike charges attract. Opposites attract. So now we can get started on our activity. So we're going to need our strips from our grocery bag, and this one says we need the scissors. Hopefully you've already prepared your strips. If not, they should look something like that, where you've got about 1 inch by 8 inches. In other words, 2 to 4 centimeters by about 20 centimeters. And I think I'll zoom out a little bit, give us a little bit more perspective there. Is that better? Kind of see the whole thing that way. All right, and now, so what we're going to do is, after we've cut the strips, we're going to hold the strip firmly at one end and then grasp the plastic strip between the thumb and forefingers of your other hand as it's shown. Quickly pull your top hand up so that the plastic strip runs through your fingers. And you have to be careful here because these are not the sturdiest material. They can break off in your hand, so don't hold it too tightly, but you want to pull it through your fingers. Tug it through the grip of your fingers. And your next step is to allow the strip to hang down and then bring your other hand near it. And you can see, I guess you can't really see that. So let's do that again. Let me see if I can arrange this so you can see. Let's put that like that. So we're going to do the strips. Now, see how it kind of jumped into my finger? It's attracted to my finger. Because, as you can see in the chart, what we're doing is we're lining up those protons and electrons, and it's drawn to my finger. And it should work the same for you. So what happens is, before we start rubbing it, our plastic and our skin, the charges are lined up like this. After we start rubbing it, the charges line up. And so this becomes a little bit more negatively charged, and our skin becomes a little bit more positively charged, and so opposites attract. So the slight negative charge is attracted to the positive charge on our skin. So that's why we see that happen. So now for part 2, what we're going to do is try this same thing on our table. So take the strip again, same thing, pull it through your fingers, Get it nice and charged up. And now we're going to put it close to the desk, and look how it just attracts right there. Oh, that actually worked really well. I can't see it very well though. Let's try this way. So we'll try that again. See if we can see this now. See, it attracted right to the desk. And then it attracts to it. One more time. There. Right after you charge it up, you really see that attraction. And again, it's very similar to the last one. The desk is neutral, but we're lining up the negative charges, so there's still a pull because they're still a little bit opposite. Now, procedure 3, we're going to do it to both strips of plastic, and we're going to see what happens now. So, let's see how we're going to arrange this. So we're going to charge up this one. And then we'll charge up this one. Now we're going to try them next to each other. There we go. You can see they're repelling each other. Can't make them get close to each other. So the idea is charge them both up. And then as you draw them together, they're going to repel each other because the electrons have all lined up. And so now what we're going to do is fill those in. The charged particle in your skin attracted, charged in the desk attracted, charged and charged repelled. Okay, we'll fill the rest of that in later. Now let's try the final portion of our experiment, and that is with the balloon and our confetti that we made. So hopefully you've got some confetti ready to go. Let's see, probably over here for this also. So now we're going to start. You can see me. I'm going to take the balloon, charge it up by rubbing it on my shirt. Should be enough. Then we'll bring this down here, and then you can see the balloon attracts the confetti. So that's kind of fun also. So on our last, the last step of your lab is you're going to write down captions beneath each picture explaining what happened between the balloon and your hair and the balloon and the paper in the activity. So I just did it with the paper. But here, to start with, this is the starting place. So what we can do is we've got two neutral surfaces. Now we're going to charge up the balloon, create negative charge on the balloon. And then we know that opposites attract. So a negative and a neutral are opposites, so they will attract each other. And that's why the balloon picked up the little pieces of confetti. I think we still need to fill in this part of the chart. So here we can write opposites attract. And same here, opposites attract. And like charges repel. So that should cover your lab for today. If you have any questions, let me know. Send me a message. Have a great day, everyone.